God, look up there.
What the hell is that?
Easy, miss. I've got you.
When we first got this project from Professor Barry, we didn't know how we'd interpret it. So we decided to do something new different that the other students didn't want to do. So we looked to our college for answers.
What do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
My image of a superheroine is a strong, powerful woman, very much sort of like Wonder Woman, but that has a lot of noble characteristics to her.
Alright, so first question.
Yes.
What do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
Superheroine.
Yes.
I think of a really strong, dominant female in the role of a rescuer or a saver, I guess. Very similar to Superwoman.
Okay. So what do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
Well, a female superhero is the first thing I think of, really.
So what do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
Women. Women.
Alright, what do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
Superheroine?
Yes.
Superheroine? Or-
Heroine, yes. Superheroine.
Like Supergirl, or like somebody who's a woman, really, who does a really fantastic job.
Okay. So what do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
Like powerful drugs, or like female heroes.
That's.
I think Wonder Woman. That's the only one I can name.
So what do you think of when you first hear the term superheroine?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman? Alright, so
What do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
Superheroine?
Yes.
What comes to my mind right away is Wonder Woman. When I was young, Wonder Woman was on television. It was kind of a, I think it grew out of a comic series and became a television show. So I kind of remember that as a child. So when you say female superhero, that's what I think about.
what do you think of when you hear the term superheroine?
I think of Miss Fantastic and her superpowers and her being a strong woman, her being one of the actual strongest characters in the Fantastic Four.
So, what do you think of when you hear the term superhero?
Think a female character who is strong and not necessarily, muscular strength strong, but someone who has convictions and
Another big question: how many superheroines can you actually name?
We're gonna be here for a couple hours, buddy. All right.
The more the merriers.
So there's Wonder Woman. There is She-Hulk. There is Supergirl. There is, oh boy, Starfire. There's Raven. There is the female Martian. Well, she's a Martian manhunter, duplicate type of thing. Yeah, that whole deal. Let's see here. There is Jinx. There is my mom. There is, trust me, moms are super. They have to be superheroes. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Oh my God, there's so many.
How many superheroines can you name off the top of your head?
I just named the only one I know.
Wonder Woman?
But to be fair, I could honestly tell you I don't really know that many male superheroes either. I mean, maybe, unless is Batman considered a superhero? And
Yes,
Superman?
he is.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Those are two DC
okay.
comic
Was
books.
Catwoman, was she a hero?
She was technically, yes, she
Oh,
was.
well, so I can name Catwoman.
Yes. She's also the last superheroine to have a movie made about her, which was in 2004.
Oh, interesting. So it's quite a while.
Yes. That.
Now, how many superheroes can you name?
Oh, let's see. There's Xena the Warrior Princess. There's Wonder Woman. There's Supergirl. There's Batgirl. There's Catwoman. There's Poison Ivy. There's well, if you're talking about Disney, there's Ursula, Maleficent, the Wicked Stepmother. I think that's it. I think that's all I know.
How many superheroes can you name?
Superheroines?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Catwoman. Well, technically she's an anti-villain, isn't she?
Well, no.
Anti-hero.
Well, we count
kind
it.
of.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I guess you want to count. Sure.
Yeah.
Count. Well, all right.
Yes, she counts.
She-Hulk, Wonder Woman. Trying to go through all this. That's all I got. I'm not very. Yeah. So, Wonder Woman and She-Hulk is what I got right now.
Yeah. Now, how many superheroes can you actually name?
Oh, I can name tons. Probably, just because it happens to be something I study and I read about. So I would say easily somewhere between 75 and 100.
How many superheroines can you actually name off the top of your head?
Oh, gracious. Probably not many. There is Catwoman. We have Superwoman. That's probably all that right off the top of my head that I actually know.
How many superheroes can you name?
Man. Okay, let's see here. Well, see, I don't want to go. You go start going to Mortal Kombat. That's an evil. But you got Batgirl. You got Wonder Woman. Well, hold up. Wait a minute. All right. Let's just say like Harley Quinn because she has her own comic. I said Batgirl, Catwoman, Wonder Woman. You said all of them. I don't know if I should go to the when you go Poison Ivory and then I said Harley Quinn and.
How many superheroes can you name?
A lot. Too many. Power Girl, She-Hulk, Miss Fantastic, Black Widow, Black Canary. There's a little few more. Scarlet Witch. Too many. I don't want to keep going really.
Yeah.
Nice moves. You remind me of my boyfriend.
As you can see, there are some superheroines in the superhero genre that are pretty powerful. But not everybody can see this when they watch the movies or read the comics. So we decided to ask people, do you think superheroines are inferior to superheroes?
Here, let me do that. Your call.
Sorry, you're not my type.
Do you feel that superheroes are inferior to their male counterparts as superheroes?
I hate to say this, but yes, because the fact that, well, start over with that question. That sounds sexist. No, I don't. I think they're probably they can be on the same level as the superhero.
Do you feel that superheroines are inferior to superheroes in any way?
I don't. I think every individual has a very own unique strengths and weaknesses. So I think there are a lot of superheroes who have a lot of weaknesses, a lot of superheroines who have a lot of strengths. But when it comes down to it, a heroine is a heroine, a hero is a hero. They all have strengths for some reason. So I don't think heroines are any more inferior to men than men are to women.
Okay. Do you feel that in any shape or form that superheroines can be seen as inferior to the superhero genre?
I don't think they should be, but I think reality is that they are.
Okay.
I think they're not as popular. I think that they are glorified for reasons that the superheroes aren't.
Okay.
Do you think that the superheroines are inferior to superheroes?
No. I think that they're not as prevalent or as popular, but are they inferior? No. As a matter of fact, I think that one of the most intriguing aspects of a superheroine is her standing toe-to-toe with a superhero, male superhero. And I think that the characteristics that come out are very interesting. For example, right now Wonder Woman and Superman are engaged in an interesting relationship, and it is very much, at least my read of it, that she takes the lead and she is the more assertive one, which I think is really kind of cool. And he kind of takes a back seat.
Do you still feel that they're inferior to the superhero in the superhero genre?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, when we were talking about comic books or like ideas or books or anything of that sort way back when, it was mainly men writing it, and because guys can't actually capture the female mindset, as we all know. You know, it was easier for them to write for a male leading character because they can put themselves in that shoe. Now the fact that more women are getting more involved into comic books and movies and video games and things of that sort of genre, it's easier for more superheroines to come about and, you know, lead. So I don't feel that women are still inferior to the males. I don't feel like they should have ever really been inferior. I think it was more of just a
time period
type of thing, yeah.
Okay. Do you think that that superheroes are inferior to the male counterparts?
Well, again, I can only name one, and I mean, actually, you could probably take Superman. She can fly, I think. Yeah. No laser vision, but her shield and her little wristbands can definitely deflect the laser vision, so I call it a pretty even draw. But, you know, there are more male heroes I can name, so I have to say, yeah, they're probably inferior. I can't name the lady hero who goes with them.
Do you feel that superheroines are inferior to superheroes?
Superheroines are inferior to superheroes?
Yeah, do you think they're inferior? Or
inferior?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, do you think that superheroes are inferior to the male counterparts?
Depends. I don't know. Inferior. I wouldn't say inferior. It's like break down inferior on your part. So.
I mean, like lesser. Like, say, you think Superman, you think he could do almost everything.
No, because because like I said, I'm big in Justice League thing, but just think about it. Just like how many times is say Superman, even though he's the most powerful, but let's just say he gets tucked in the corner, who saves his butt? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman will come out, whip somebody, and boom, he's back up again. So, I think it should be equal. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Do you think that superheroes are inferior to their male counterparts?
Absolutely not. If you know Xena the Warrior Princess, absolutely not.
Do you feel that in any shape or form that the superheroine is inferior to the superhero?
I don't
think so objectively. I don't think that's true. I think in people's consciousness there might be some kind of a prejudice, maybe, thinking that if superhero is kind of equated with physical strength, one might see that as more male in terms of issues of gender. But my background's interesting. My dad was a New York City fireman, and when he was in the fire department, his firehouse was one of the first ones chosen to have a female firefighter in it. And it was interesting because as women tried to come into that very male-dominated profession, my dad often used to tell me about how some of the firemen actually would even just ignore her, like she didn't even exist, because it was a woman coming into a man's kind of world almost. And some of the firefighters, my father included, really tried to reach out and to be kind and welcoming to her. So I think that there are issues about strength, and a lot of the firemen in those days would have said, well, women can't carry a 50-pound pack down a ladder like a fireman needs to. There were all kinds of issues like that that were out there. And many women, however, showed that they could in fact do that.
Good.
You threw a knife at my head.
And you caught it.
Hi, how's it going? You're obviously having a bad hair day.
If she can...
After seeing the slow-rate film footage from superheroine movies, we are begged to ask the question whether or not the superheroines deserve these movies in the first place. So, we went to the staff and students for more answers.
Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think regardless of the sex of the individual, if there's a good story to tell, then by all means tell the story. So if Superwoman could tell as good a story as Superman, then by all means tell it.
Okay.
Do you think that superheroes should have their own movies, that they come out as often as they do with superhero movies?
Sure, they're interesting. They keep people, gives a better perspective that women can be superheroes also.
Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, because the last superhero movie was Catwoman from
That was a terrible movie. That was god awful. Not because it was a superheroine movie, it's because it was just poorly acted, you know?
Yeah.
But I'd kill for like a Wonder Woman movie or something, you know?
Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies?
Oh yeah. I mean, some of the best movies have female lead characters in them, and you know, it really depending on the situation. It really depends on who it should be the main character, but there are plenty of superheroines out there that definitely deserve their own movie.
Do you think that superheroines should be have their own movies?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like, I'm big on Justice League, so, you know, you got Wonder Woman, and, you know, why not?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a superhero, you know, why not?
Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies?
Sure, why not?
Okay, care to elaborate?
I think that superheroines are every bit as important as superheroes, and I think that it's just as important for movies to be made about them as they are for movies to be made about superheroes. I think that when we talk about providing good role models, there's no reason why that has to be restricted just to the superhero genre.
Okay. Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies, by chance?
Well, I'm kind of a person who believes kind of equality in terms of gender issues, so I guess if there's going to be male superhero films, there should be female superhero films. I think it would be interesting to note how they would be portrayed, whether producers and directors feel they have to portray male and female superheroes in the same way, if they see any differences in terms of the style of engagement of what it means to be a hero from a male or female perspective would be interesting.
Okay.
Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies and that come out as frequently as the other movies, like Superman movies just came out, Batman movies, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that'd be insane if they came out with a what's it called? like another. Well, they are coming out with another Fantastic Four with Miss Fantastic, but they're coming out with the Wonder Woman I know, which is going to be awesome. Because not many people know about Wonder Woman and her origins. Scarlet Witch is going to be the Avengers. I think that would be cool if she had her own thing, because I know she does a lot. She has a lot of things. Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Do you think that superheroes should have their own movies, like as frequently as the superheroes do, like the Dark Knight movies came out, and all the Superman movies?
Oh, absolutely. I think that it's an underrepresented population, and I think that particularly given how well some of the actresses have played, say, Scarlett Johansson playing Black Widow, and other characters like that, I think that they are really intriguing characters, and I think particularly if they get a modern updating of the kind of struggles that women face and how they overcome those, I think that that could be a really interesting film.
Do you believe that superheroines should have their own movies?
I mean,
like how Superman's getting a movie all the time, Batman just came out with the Dark Knight series.
They could. Again, if I can only think of one, it's Superwoman, and that'd be very repetitive. You know, like the Avengers, they each made their own movie, then they had one together, so that counts as a different movie. You know, after a while, we're gonna get bored of those and they'll move on. You know, it's like Batman. After 3, it was like, all right, that's enough. You know.
Yeah.
You can only give me so many Wonder Woman movies before I'm like, all right, I get it. She's a badass. Like.
This is no. Seems like that Catwoman brought in the papers.
Hello, Jason. I think I've had a change of heart.
Not quite. Me?
Literally. The animal plant toxins had a rather unique effect on me. They replaced my blood with aloe, my skin with chlorophyll, and filled my lips.
Oh.
With venom.
What is it that you're trying to keep me away from?
Even in our current day, women are still portrayed to be sex figures. So, the real question is, are superheroines seen as sex figures too? So, we went to the students and staff for answers.
Are superheroines seen as sex symbols, while superheroes are, like male superheroes are not?
Good question, because I know for a fact that Power Girl, who is kind of like the new iteration of Supergirl, is very busty when Supergirl was not. So I think they kind of over-sexualized her, and like I think they could be used as sex symbols, and sometimes they're just shown as female power symbols, like Wonder Woman is.
Yeah. You think that superheroes are seen more as sex symbols, while the superheroes are not?
Absolutely. I think that, you know, even though they're both drawn to accentuate physical characteristics, there's a lot more skin with superheroines traditionally, although that has been changing. For instance, the new Captain Marvel, even though she has a skin-tight outfit like, say, a Spider-Man has, it's collared. She is represented more as a person as opposed to a sex symbol.
Do you feel that superheroines are seen as sex symbols or weaker?
As sex symbols, yes. I think there's still a mentality that sex sells. So if you have a rather risque picture, whether it be a poster or promo for a movie, producers, marketing may think, okay, well, this is going to buy us some tickets. However, it could be used vice versa too with men. But I do believe that.
Okay.
Do you think that superheroes are seen as sex symbols while superheroes are not really?
I don't want to come off as sexist. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but that's the whole the whole point of this project for us.
I hate to say so, but yes, they almost do. I wish they didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they do almost.
Do you feel that superheroines are seen as sex symbols?
Absolutely, because there's a lot of leather and there's a lot of skin tight clothing, and they all fit the kind of stereotypical skinny, beautiful mold.
Okay.
Do you feel that superheroines, especially shown in the way the movies they are now, do you think they're shown as sex symbols?
No.
While superheroes aren't?
Women have been that way, and the superheroes that are men are also shown as sex symbols. The muscles and the outfits and everything, and I think it's this. No, I don't think it. I think that the way they portray women is okay for the most part.
Do you still feel that the superheroines who play roles are even seen as sex symbols?
Fortunately, there's a few that are definitely seen as sex symbols. When it comes to comic books, they think all women need to have a large bust size and they need to have a good figure and all this other sort of stuff. It's some of those are disgusting, while other ones you can see it as just a normal day. Every type of girl who has a superpower or has done something amazing.
Okay.
Okay, so do you think that superheroines are seen as sex symbols, while the superheroes aren't really seen as that?
Well, superheroes are also sex symbols. Look at their uniforms. Here, this is my uniform. I ain't got no biceps, none of this. I'm just letting it all hang out. But yeah, of course it's sex symbols. Look at every arcade game that comes out. Look at the clothes that they wear. As they know, sex sells.
Yeah.
So, but they're women. They're beautiful. They use beautiful characters and this and that. I think they use them as sex symbols, to be honest with you.
After taking part in this project, we have found that there are many different interpretations of what a superheroine is. Most see them as equals, but some still feel that they are inferior to superheroes. But in the end, the superheroine has evolved in many different ways throughout the years.